So welcome in. My name is Heidi. I'm in California, America. I'm just doing some readings today. I thank you for joining in. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you are the first group of signs to be read. Your vibes for the week ahead. Disentangling. So it took a while for the tapestry of your life to be woven together, for things to be the way that they are right now. And sometimes those things are just interdependent on one another. And it seems like if I make a wrong move over here, something's going to happen over here too. It's like a domino effect. Okay. I want to say to you, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, that you within yourself have a desire for change. That's why the edges of this tapestry have begun to fray. Okay, the areas of your life that you kind of feel like aren't in alignment with who you're becoming or who you are now, or allow them to fade away. Like, that's what I feel here. It's okay to let things go. It's okay to pull away from whatever's not working anymore, even if it was a crutch for you, even if it was something you thought would be there forever. Okay, whatever this is, you've decided within yourself that it's just not working anymore and you need something different. You need to make some changes. This is you pulling away from that old way of life and into something new, into whatever it is of your choosing. I do want to say to you here that there is the potential for the pulling away, because I don't like this, and yet, I don't know what else there is, so I'm going to come back to this anyway. Okay, to reactivate those same old coping mechanisms, those same old patterns, to reconnect with those things that we are trying to detach from. Okay, because I'm not happy, whatever. So Spirit is calling Gemini, Libra, Aquarius to recognize where your will is at, where your heart is at. Where is your intention? What are you trying to work towards? And what are you trying to pull away from? Be very clear about this, because it can make real, true, lasting change in your life. Now, what's going on here? The card is number 32, Luminous Warrior. This is what's going on. So 3 and 2, like, I don't like those numbers together right now. Like, 3 is the catalyst for a change, and 2 is like co-creation potentially. Okay, balance and harmony. So I feel like there's an upset here. Potentially you don't want to make these changes because you don't want to upset the status quo or some kind of thing. I also feel how some air signs might be the luminous warrior running in to save something. Okay, and I just want to say, like, make sure that you're doing what you're doing for the right reasons, not putting too much pressure on yourself to fix something that's already broken, especially if it was not your doing. I feel how Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius may want to be all things for all people, because you find your worth in that way. Okay, if I show up, if I do the things, if I this, if I that, whatever, I'm wearing my badge of honor by all of the things that I'll do for everyone else, or the things that I'll buy for everyone else, or the way that other people see me and feel about me. Like, that's what gives me my confidence, my self-worth. And Spirit is saying that any of that aside, you know who you are when you rest at night. And sometimes you're tired. And when you do things because you feel obligated to do those things, because maybe you want to rush in and save the day, etc., but there's something inside of you that doesn't really want to. Okay, that's a conflicting intention there. And Spirit is calling you to detach and disentangle from things that you don't want to do, especially if you feel very pressured to keep step and do those things. Okay, it must be in alignment with your authentic self. I have to say that. I kind of feel how some air signs are putting on some kind of, I don't know, costume and showing up and really doing a great job, but I feel how that's not lasting. You must be authentic. The costume might create the kind of effect that you desire. It might really take things to the next level really quickly, but it's not true, not sustainable, not lasting, not for the long run. So Spirit is saying you've got to save yourself. Okay, you've got to save yourself. You are the luminous warrior for yourself. And sometimes the self can be lost because we're always worrying about others. And you may not know exactly where you're going just yet, but you won't know that as long as you're giving so much time, effort, and attention to these other things that you know are fading from your life, or that you would like to cut away. I feel how some air signs may be on a self-improvement journey. And I want to say that sometimes that causes you to make really challenging decisions about what you're going to be associated with, who you're going to be connected to, where you'll be allowed to go, what kinds of activities you will be doing. Like, when you're on a personal development or a self-improvement journey, you're pulling away from some things that you know aren't good for the long term of your life, or the betterment, the quality of your life, your health, whatever, your happiness, your satisfaction. But it doesn't mean it's easy. It doesn't mean it feels good. Some of those things, we love them. Some of them, we feel like we need them. Some of them, we don't know if we could make it without them. But Spirit is saying that luminous warrior, trust, it is the right thing to do. I see the lights here and here. And that's like solar plexus and third eye almost. That's what I see there. Solar plexus is your personal ambition, your confidence, your uniqueness, your authenticity. And that third eye, really connecting, third eye crown, really connecting with those upper chakras, the vision that you see for your life, and making peace with the fact that it may not include some of those same familiar, comfortable aspects that you're used to having around or that are used to having you. Additional factor, you've got number 26, talking smack. Obviously, this could be gossip, maybe even the reason why you want to disentangle from whatever this is, that talking smack. I mean, I really feel how this could be superficial conversation. People who are pessimistic, not wanting to entertain that same old whatever any longer, because man, like that doesn't add to the quality of my life, you know, and it doesn't boost me up. In fact, it brings me down. Recognizing this, recognizing the changes that you would like to implement, and that it's okay to say so. You're not a bad person for not wanting drama in your life. You're not a bad person for wanting to disconnect from other things that bring you down or just seem like nonsense to you. This talking smack really is something from the outside that you don't care for. That's what I feel here. Oh, some air signs, it may not be outside of you. All right, look, Spirit's telling me right now that, you know, we as human beings, sometimes we have like worthiness issues. You know what I mean? Like, well, that talking smack could be within yourself. So you, as the luminous warrior who wants to live a better life, who's living your life and living your journey, sometimes we talk down to ourselves, all within ourselves. See the circle here and the gold dot? Sometimes we talk down on ourselves within ourselves, and we believe the lies, the judgments that we cast on ourselves and on others. We believe those things, and it ties us up and prevents us from experiencing life in a bigger way, from some kind of an expansion, from opening up to more. All right. It's limiting. Bottom line, air sign. Spirit is saying to recognize the threads of thought that you are having. Recognize that you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You can control those bad boys. You can decide what you want to think about, and you can shut down thoughts that you don't want to entertain. It may take some effort and discipline and practice, but you can do it. Mindfulness is the practice of watching your thoughts, monitoring your thoughts, and deciding which thoughts you'll allow yourself to entertain because they're positive, they're healthy, they're beneficial to the quality of your life, and what kinds of thoughts you're going to decide to put away and not think anymore. It's not like they just disappear. It's the act of practicing and taking them away, telling them that's not true, because the judgments inside of our minds about ourselves that tell us we're insignificant, no one loves us, we'll never do that, we're not worthy, whatever these things are. Those are fear-based projections from the ego trying to protect us from the scary unknown, whatever that could happen. Okay. And they're not necessarily true. So sometimes that talking smack is in ourselves, about ourselves or other people. And Spirit is saying to recognize this. You can regain or retain control of your thoughts and mind patterns, mental patterns. It's up to you as the person who has those. You know what I'm saying? Removing those negative thoughts. Sometimes they creep right in, man. You make a mistake and you go, God, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Right? All in the headspace. Nobody heard me. How is that hurting anyone at all? It's hurting you. It carries an energetic weight of negativity. It's rolling around in your brain. And as the person who accidentally had that negative thought about yourself, it's important that you rectify that thought. So if you accidentally have the negative thought, I'm stupid, speak positive affirmations out loud 3 times to negate that energy pattern. Start doing this. I am smart. I'm educated. I'm clever. I'm witty, whatever. Okay. So negate that. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm not stupid. I am smart. Okay. Affirm, affirm, affirm. Remove that negative thought pattern every time that it happens. every time that it happens and retrain your brain. You can do this. If you have trouble with incessant thoughts, intrusive thoughts, you can shift your focus entirely, do something physical, do something mentally engaging, do something that has you feeling into your body, or use your mind intentionally by like counting backwards from 1,000 by threes while you breathe really slowly and deeply. Listen here, brain, I'm in control of this bad boy, okay? So you can do those kinds of things until you're disciplined, until you get that brain in line. So some of this is within the air signs, but some of this is outside of you. And I want to say this talking smack is distasteful energy that you don't want to be involved in, and it is okay to pull away. You are that luminous warrior to save yourself. Air sign. I can feel how you have no more tolerance for the nonsense, all right? No more tolerance for the bullshit, with good reason. You're allowed to feel that way. So pull away and invest in what you want in your life. The more attention you give these negative aspects, the more overshadowing they are to your time, effort, and energy. Recognize that as well. Like, well, I hate that stuff and I'm going to be mad about it all day. And then I'm going to sit and I'm going to think about it all evening too. Tomorrow I might actually do something. Whoa. How much time did you give that of your free will? Like when it occupies your space. Okay. So spirit is saying to remove it, and remove it for good. Do something different and don't entertain that same kind of energy pattern if you're actually trying to be rid of it. Gemini, the card that you have is number 19. This is a major arcana card, the sun. Marriage, happiness, and bright prospects. So the sun is about happiness, hopefulness, optimism, blessings from the universe, having that bright future that you desire. I see this person on a horse with the red flag here. Now she is smiling. That red flag can indicate root chakra. So maybe you're moving into a brighter space like location or job promotion or whatever this is for Gemini. I feel how Gemini is moving onward and upward, and it's a beautiful thing. Now here with the energy card, you got number 46, the thinking man. I don't necessarily care for this card, okay? Especially in contrast to what you have going on. I feel like this is somebody else who is fixated on you and what you're doing and how you're supposed to do it. And that might be where this talking smack is coming in, okay? Like this other person, be it man, woman, whatever, the thinking man is someone who is intentionally focused on you in the headspace, all right? That's what I feel here. And it may be because they love you. It may be because you're bonded. It may be because you're spending a lot of time together, or because the outcome affects this person. Okay, whatever the case is, you've got to focus on your happiness. You've got to focus on your path ahead, Gemini. That person is focused on what's in the palm of their hand. They want you in the palm of their hand. Okay, and you are off riding your horse into the sunset like, fuck your hand, fuck what you think, I don't care. Okay, because Gemini, you have your own thoughts, your own path, your own processes, and you too are tired of this stuff. You're pulling away. You are this warrior. And that talking smack is behind you as long as you let it lie. I encourage you to charge off into the sunset and remind yourself that people can think whatever they want. Yes, yes. Love you, hate you, otherwise. Like everybody has thoughts. I have all kinds of thoughts. Do you give a shit? Probably not. Okay, this thinking man, who cares? Who cares? Who is this person in your life? Do they love you? Do you love them? Do they pay your fucking bills? Right off into the sunset. Gemini, you've got this, and you've got this all on your own and in your control and within your path and plan and strategy. You know this. This is a byproduct. I want you to put your headphones or earbuds on and just put that stuff away. Don't even listen. So Libra, you do have the disentangling, the luminous warrior, and the talking smack. I really feel how there's a little bit of a drama going on around Libra. You know what I mean? And it's almost like an entertainment factor. All right, like this is my life, and this is how it flows. And if it gets boring, then I don't even know if we're all, I don't know, happy and love, whatever this could be. It's almost like there's no lull period. As what is that, Heidi? What do you mean? But you're allowed to have something like a lull. I feel how any attention is good attention in some scenarios. And I want to say that's not always the case. That's not always real healthy. So Libra, recognizing when something is not to your liking and setting a healthy boundary around that so that you can co-create with the people that you care about in the healthiest ways possible. Okay. It's not like fuck Libra, I'm going to just walk all over Libra's feelings here. But when you don't speak up, then that kind of happens. Okay. So Spirit is saying that it's up to you as the person who has your feelings to speak up about it. And those who are in company with you will receive this from you. Okay. You're not a burden to others because you have needs or priorities or feelings or ideas or opinions. Like that kind of stuff is gold. We are all unique and we all have our own certain aspect that we get to put into the equation to like create something together. A relationship should be 50-50. I want to say to Libra, any relationship, romantic or otherwise, like there's a certain balance, a certain give and take exchange. And I feel how, some Libras may be allowing certain things to go on that are bothersome to their conscience or to their heart or whatever, for fear of rejection, disapproval, rubbing people the wrong way, whatever this could be. And I want to say to you that those people, when we don't say anything, it's received as if it's fine. Okay, well now the boundary's way out here on that, right? Because you didn't say anything. And then when we sit in that, we go, oh my, I have this huge resentment because my boundary was stepped on and nobody knew there was a boundary. So now you're just having this resentment inside of yourself about a boundary that was crossed that you never spoke up about. And you have the opportunity to salvage this here. You have the opportunity to speak up and communicate with those people who matter to you. And if they get mad, who cares? You've been mad for a while, right? Because of this whole boundary thing. It's not going to create the kind of response that you are afraid of. Okay. People need to receive you so that you can have an authentic connection and everyone's comfortable. Okay. And might as well start now. If it's worth it to you, it's worth it to them. Might as well start now. Okay. There's nothing that you can lose by starting now. And if you lose a person, then it's not the person anyway. Thank you, God. Okay. Let's just say this. Now, Libra, let's get with your cards. You have major arcana card number 6, the Lovers. Love affairs, romance, building again within the marriage, relationship, relatives, loving relationship you could share with a friend. Okay. And then you also have the card number 41, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So Archangel Uriel, 7th chakra is the crown chakra here. I feel how this is the communication, the relationships that you have, the need to be perfect. Okay. That's what I feel here for Libra is like, well, I don't want to say no, because I want to be the perfect person, or I want to be easygoing, I don't want to cause a fuss, and then it'll be smooth and they'll like me or accept me or have a pleasant time or whatever this is. But the need to be perfect is keeping you still like a statue and preventing some of that authenticity. Okay. And also your needs being met, which is a crucial part of any relationship or connection. So for Libras here, I also want to say some Libras, maybe this isn't about other people. Maybe this is about you and how you feel about you and how you may be a little too hard on yourself and holding yourself in a very rigid stance so that you have to be this certain kind of person for that person, and this task and whatever else you have going on. The standards and the expectations that we can hold over our own heads can sometimes be the things that hurt us the most, because they prevent us from really feeling free and comfortable enough to shine. All right. So Libra, this week, Spirit is encouraging you to open up, to speak, to communicate, to lean into those loving relationships or the relationships that you consider to be important. Open those lines of communication and don't be afraid to set a healthy boundary, man. When something happens that you don't like, or there's some kind of topic that arises and you don't want to speak about that, or it makes you uncomfortable, like it's up to you to say this, to let people know to put your foot down. No one is going to think less of you or disrespect you for doing so. And if they do, then that speaks volumes to the connection. So Aquarius, now you have disentangling, the luminous warrior, and talking smack. So I feel how you are attempting to better yourself. Okay. And others may not support you in the ways that you would like. Maybe you feel like it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or whatever this could be. Like, I'm trying to do all the right things, and then I hit this hurdle, and then I run into this or that, the other thing. Disentangling from whatever used to be. And it takes a while. It's a disciplined act and a practice to decide to do this other thing instead, or to be this other way instead, or to choose the right path, take that high road. If that's the case with the luminous warrior and the talking smack, I feel how there's the call to be better than I used to be. Okay. And the fact that others might not see this. Okay. Others might not see that or support it. You might have some of that old past coming back in to try to goad you or trigger you or whatever this could be. And it's up to you to say, nope, I'm not entertaining that any longer. All right. So Aquarius, you have major arcana card number 4, the Emperor. Stability or stabilizing influence coming into your life. That's great. Stability is absolutely fantastic. So I feel like there's an aspect of sacrifice here for Aquarius. You are giving up immaturity. You are giving up something else to achieve something better. Okay. And then there's, I feel here how there could be the resentment against the stuff that you have to give up. Oh my God, why do I have to give up that stuff so that I can live a better life? Why can't I just have it all? Why can't I just have everything at all? And Spirit is saying sometimes, you know, maybe in the future you can, but sometimes you're asked to stay away from or give up things that aren't necessarily in the greatest and highest good of you or others, so that you can continue up leveling in new ways that are going to be more gratifying to your soul than you can even realize now. It's about giving those things up, even begrudgingly, because you know it's the right thing to do, choosing right in the moment, even if it's hard, because you know it's the right thing to do for your stability, your security, and the kind of life that you want to be living. I feel Aquarius taking a look at the beard on this person. Who am I? What kind of a legacy am I leaving to people? What do I have to offer the world? What do I show for myself? What is my kingdom like? Who do I have around me? The card is number 14, carrying connections. Look at that embrace. The 1 and the 4, I can feel how Aquarius is attempting to really create some stability here. This is number 4 and this is 1 and 4. Like, I got my kingdom, but where's that partner? Or where's those camaraderie, the companionship? Okay, where are those people that I can trust? I feel this here, talking smack. Maybe you're having issues this week with people whom you're supposed to be able to trust. All right, and you're not liking the attitudes, or maybe you're outgrowing them in some kind of ways, and there's a clash going on here. I see how this is your kingdom. And if you care about these people, are you guys on equal footing? That's what I want to say. Is everyone showing up for everyone else in an equal way? Because I can see that's what you desire. But are you holding up your end, and are others holding up their end here with the talk and smack? It's okay to pull away and focus on yourself, focus on your path, focus on your journey. It's okay to pull away from anything that seems unhealthy. Anything that brings you down, that lowers the quality of your own vibrational frequency. And what vibrational frequency you are emitting is what is magnetizing through the law of attraction the kind of life that you're going to have tomorrow and in the future. So the more you embody healthy, high vibrational, loving energy, open to connections, open to support, open to love, and luminous living is what Spirit is saying here, then you're encouraging experiences to arrive that validate all of that for you. However, there's something here for Aquarius about outgrowing an old version of yourself, or holding something against you, backpedaling a little bit, like, well, I'm doing a lot better, but I still, do that thing, and then that brings me down or whatever. So look, progress, not perfection. Spirit wants to say, look at the worst thing that you feel yourself to be doing in your life. Like, real stuff here. Look at the very worst thing. I know you know what I'm talking about here. Like, oh shit, yes. Ugh, I wish I didn't do that, or I wish I didn't have that, or I wish I didn't act that way, or whatever this could be. The worst thing. Look at that worst thing. Are you really doing that bad? Like, are you really doing that bad? If you look at the worst thing you got going on right now. Spirit wants you to recognize that you've been through worse, you've seen worse, you've done worse, and there's no more of that. All you've got to do is be your best self today. And when you encounter those challenging decisions, just try to make the right one. Try to make the right, best decision for yourself, for your future. Pull away from what's not right, and double down on what is. That's your future. That's what you want in your life. The stability, people you can trust, people you can count on. But you won't find that as long as you're hanging around people that you can't. Then that's all you can see. Take that as it resonates. Aquarius. That's what I have for the air signs today. I appreciate you, air signs.